Astu. Let us continue from where Kumar Mahodaya started for us. Okay. So we will now learn about vibhaktis. So an introduction has been given by Kumar Mahodaya on what vibhaktis are. So we have, just a minute. Okay. A lot of comments come. Okay. Samskrite sapta vibhaktayah santi. Sapta vibhaktayah. There are 7 vibhakti forms in Samskritam. What vibhakti is, etc. Kumar Mahodaya has explained in a story form, but I'll take the theory behind it. And this is the most important thing in Samskritam. If you are able to learn vibhaktis and if you are able to get them in your palm grip, you have learned 60% of Samskritam. एकवारं अहं चेक् करोमि मम ध्वनि श्रूयते वा रिङ्की भगिनी?
आम् महोदय.
अस्तु. So let us get into vibhaktis. So there are 7 vibhaktis and there is one more vibhakti called Sambodhana Prathama. I'll explain it to separate. It is nothing, it is just an 8th one. So it is actually 8 vibhaktis. But what is normally said is there are 7 vibhaktis. The 8th one is considered as a branch of the Prathama vibhakti. So the 7 names are Prathama vibhakti, Dvitiya vibhakti, Tritiya vibhakti, Chaturthi vibhakti, Panchami vibhakti, Shashti vibhakti. Mute karo do survey. Mute karo do please. Please, Dhriti Bhagini, Dhriti, but say mute karo do. Shashti vibhakti, Saptami vibhakti, and there is Sambodhana Prathama, which is the 8th vibhakti. So there are 7 vibhaktis in Sanskrit. Vibhakti is a Strilinga padameva, idi karanateva, Pradamaha, it is not Pradamaha, it is Pradhama, it is Dvitiya, it is Tritiya, it is Chaturthi, it is Panchami. Oh, screen is not visible. Shamyatam, Shamyatam. Very, very valid point. I will now share the screen. I'll share the screen. Shamyatam. Okay. Is the screen visible now? Yes, it is visible now. I know that. Okay. So there is Prathama Vibhakti, Dvitiya Vibhakti, Tritiya Vibhakti, Chaturthi Vibhakti, Panchami Vibhakti, Shashti Vibhakti, Saptami Vibhakti, and I told you there is one more called Sambodhana Prathama. So there are 8 vibhaktis, but the 8th one is relatively very easy. So normally it is not said. 7 ones are a little difficult to study, and we will learn that. Prathama vibhakti. Okay, I will take a new slide. 1 minute, because I think just a minute. Vibhakti. So I told you that noun forms, words, not noun forms, words are of 2 types. There is Namapadam and there is Kriyapadam. Just a minute. What I want to show is not what is seen on the screen. So there is a problem. Stop. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
What is written on the screen?
Vibhakti.
Vibhakti is written. What is written on the screen?
Padani, Naam Padani.
Excellent. Okay. I am not able to see it, but you are able to see it. Excellent. So, Vibhakti, so words are of 2 types. There is Namapadam and there is Kriyapadam. There is noun forms and there are verb forms. There are noun forms and there are verb forms. Namapadani, Kriyapadani. Namapadasya root form eva Pratipatikam. I explained to you the Namapadasya root form eva Pratipatikam. Kriyapadasya root form eva dhatu. So I explained earlier, in earlier classes itself, Pratipatikam is the root form of Namapadas and Kriyapadas root form is Dhatu. Dvisahasra Adhikaha Dhatu Rupani Santi. 2000 plus Dhatu forms are there. Okay. My voice is audible. I'm running a check because I'm having a doubt.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Okay. So in Namapadams, I have already told you about 4 important things to be understood in Namapadams. Anta Vyavastha, it is not there on the slide, but I have taught you this earlier. Anta Vyavastha, whether it is Akaranta Pullinga Shabdaha, Akaranta Strilinga Shabdaha, Ikaranta Pullinga Shabdaha, Ikaranta Strilinga Shabdaha. I have explained this earlier in the class itself about the Anta Vyavastha. Then there is the Linga Vyavastha, whether it is Pumlingam, Strilingam or Napumsakalingam. Then I have taught you about Vachana Vyavastha, which is Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam, Bahuvachanam. Samskritam has got Dvivachanam also. We started understanding what is Dvivachanam. And then there is Vibhakti Vyavastha. I told Vibhakti Vyavastha at that time, said Pradama, Dvitiya, Tritiya till Saptami, but I left it at that. Today starts the class of Vibhaktis. So don't worry, we will go very slowly. Today is the first class. And we will go extremely slow, 1 vibhakti per class. That is the way I am going to teach you. 1 vibhakti per class. That means we will take 7 weeks to finish all the 7 vibhaktis. Sambodhana Pradama, it is so easy, you can learn it yourself. But the 7 vibhaktis, out of the Pradama vibhakti is not to be taught actually because you already know it. But whenever the Pradama vibhakti forms, I have already explained. That means it's 6 weeks from now, from the next week, 6 weeks, we will only be studying about vibhaktis. So I told you about Anda Vyavastha, I told you about Linga Vyavastha, I told you about Vachana Vyavastha, Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam, Bahuvachanam, Pada Vyavastha, Namapadam, Kriyapadam, and Anta Vyavastha, Akaranta, Ikaranta, Ukaranta, Rikaranta. We will go into the details of it as we go forward. So, what is a padam? A nama padam is the pradipadikam, which is the root form, plus pratyayaha. You add a pratyayam or a pratyayaha to a pradipadikam, you get nama padam. Dhatuhu plus pratyayaha becomes kriyapadam. The pratyayam is at the end. Likhati, patati, likhdhatu, pathdhatu. You add the ti to that, it becomes likati, pathati, it becomes the kriyapadam. Whereas pratipadigam plus pratyaha becomes namapadam. This is the theory behind it. I told you there are 7 vibhaktis. Prathama vibhakti, dvitiya till saptami. So how many total vibhaktis are there for a particular namapadam? There will be 21 vibhaktis. How? Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam and Bahuvachanam. Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam and Bahuvachanam. So 7 vibhaktis, 7 into 3, 21. Ekavimshati vibhakti rupani santi. Ekavimshati vibhakti rupani santi. Pradhama vibhakti. What is the meaning of Pradhama vibhakti? In Kumar Mahodaya's story, he said, Balakaha pashyati. Who is saying? Balakaha pashyati. That Balakaha is actually the Pradhama vibhakti. Pradhama vibhakti is Vastu Nirdeshaya or in Kartari Prayogaha, which is what a normal active voice is. Rama is killing Ravana. Ramaha Ravanam Marayati. Ramaha, that is Pradhama vibhakti. Pradhama vibhakti means the answer for that Kaha Marayati? Ramaha Marayati. The name itself, that itself is Pradhama. Ada enna Pradhama kyartham. In Malayalam we say, I know a few students understand Malayalam here. Others just ignore it. Other ennu prathamakkartham. In the what? Other. The person itself. That is Prathama Vibhakti. That the person itself, either the Pullingam, the Strilingam, or the Napumsakalingam, that, what that, not Tat, not the meaning in Tat. Tat is not the form. That person itself is Prathama Vibhakti. Ramaha Pibadi. Ramaha is Prasadaha Jalam Pibadi. Let me drink a glass of water now. Prasadaha Jalam Pibadi. Prasadaha is actually the Prathama Vibhakti. Suppose two prasads are drinking water. For the purpose of explanation in this class, Prasadau Jalam Pibadi. Two prasads are drinking water. Prasadau Jalam Pibataha. Because Prasadau will become Pibataha. The Kriyapadam will track the Kartrupadam I explained to you. Prasadaha Jalam Pibanti. Prasadaha. So the Prasadaha, Prasadau, Prasadaha, the subject itself, that is the Prathama Vibhakti. The noun in its original form itself, of course, the original form is the Pradipadikam, and then you add Ram Shabdasya, when you add the two dots, it becomes Ramaha, which is Ekavachanam, Ramau, Ramaha. All the three are the Prathama Vibhaktis. Ad, that, what? Ad, that, Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha. The person itself, the object itself, that is Prathama Vibhakti. Now, when you start adding flower ornaments to that, then we will get into Dvitiya, Tritiya and all. Today we are only going to talk about Prathama Vibhakti. Balakaha Pashyati. The boy is seeing. That boy, Balakaha, is a Prathama Vibhakti. So, Ekavachanam, Ramaha. Dvivachanam, Ramau. Bahuvachanam, Ramaha. One Rama, two Ramas, three Ramas. Balakaha, Balakau, Balakaha. Chashakaha, one glass, two glasses. Chashakau, Chashakaha. Syutaha, one bag. Syutau, two bags. Syutaha, three bags. Vrikshaha, one tree. Vrikshau, two trees. Vrikshaha, three or more trees. Vidyalayaha, one school. Vidyalayau, two schools. Vidyalayaha, three or more schools. That is Prathama Vibhakti. That object itself is Prathama Vibhakti. When you start giving to the object, taking from the object, going with the object, etc., not object actually, sorry. In English it is called subject. But that thing, that living thing or the unliving thing, that is Prathama Vibhakti. Balakaha, Balakau, Balakaha. These are all Akaranda Pullinga Shabdam Seva. The easiest of all the seven Vibhaktis is the Prathama Vibhakti. So that is the subject itself, not object. I've used the word object, it is a wrong terminology. In English it is called a subject. The subject itself is the Prathama Vibhakti. Balakaha, Balakau, Balaka. These are all Akaranda Pullinga Shabdas. Now, Akaranda Strilinga Shabdas, we have already learned it. I am just repeating it because today we have only 10 more minutes. We will only do Prathama Vibhakti, the subject itself. Sita, one Sita, two Sitas will become Site, three Sitas or more will become Sitaha. Balika, Balike, Balikaha. Balika Pashyati, Balike Pashyataha, Balikaha Pashyati. One girl is seeing, two girls are seeing, three or more girls are seeing. Rama, Rame, Ramaha. Rama Kadadi, Rame Kadataha, Ramaha Kadanti. Stalika Asti, Stalige Staha, Stalikaha Santi. One plate is there, two plates are there, three or more plates are there. Petika, Petika Asti, Petike Staha, Petikaha Santi. One petty is there, one box is there, two boxes are there, three or more boxes are there. Bhasha, one language. Bhashe, two languages. Bhasha, three or more languages. So what that word represents, that itself is Prathama Vibhakti. That is the simplest explanation of Prathama Vibhakti. What that word represents, the meaning of the word, that itself is Prathama Vibhakti. Gauri Gauriyau Gauryaha, Nadi Nadyau Naudyaha, Parvati Parvatyau Parvatyaha, one Parvati, two Parvati, three Parvati or more. Actually, it is not a nobody says actually in practice, but only for grammar purpose. Just to tell you that Ikara and the Strilinga Shabda, Nadi, Gauri, Devi, Lekhani, Kupi, they all take the same form, which is Nadi Nadyau Nadyaha, Devi Devyau Devyaha, Lekhani, Lekhanyau, Lekhanyaha, Kupi, Kupyau, Kupyaha. One bottle, two bottles, three or more bottles. Napumsakalinga Shabdaha, Akaranda Shabdaha, Pustakam, Pustage, Pustakani. One book, two books, three or more books. Phalam, Bhale, Bhalani. One fruit, two fruits, three or more fruits. Nayanam, Nayane, Nayanani. One eye, two eyes, three or more eyes. Mitram, Mitre, Mitrani. One friend, two friends, three or more friends. Pushpam, Pushpe, Pushpani. Mitram, Mitre, Mitrani. Pushpam, Pushpe, Pushpani. One flower, two flowers, three or more flowers. I also told you that Pradhama Vibhakti is also that noun form as such itself. So, Saha, he, far away, Tau, those two people, male, far away, they all the males there, all the Balakahas there, Te Gachanti, they are all going. Saha, Tau, Te. This is also Pradhama Vibhakti. So Pradhama Vibhakti already you have learned. Actually, I wanted to start Shashti Vibhakti today. That is the reason why I told you to see the videos and come to the class. But unfortunately, due to the time constraint, at 9 we'll have a hard stop. We will not do other Vibhaktis today. We will start Shashti Vibhakti from the next week. So somebody will think, why is this fellow starting Shashti Vibhakti? Because there are 7 Vibhaktis. Pradhama is the simplest of all the ones. I am finishing it today itself. You can also go and revise in your books. Shashti Vibhakti is the most commonly used after that. So there's a particular order in which I'll be doing. So it will be Shashti first, then something else, and finally we will do all the remaining 6 Vibhaktis. So that is the order. So it is not exactly in the order of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is the order I'm teaching. The ones that actually you can start putting into practice, that is the order which I'm going to start. So next week starts Shashti Vibhakti. Saha, Tau, Te. He too, they all. Saha, Te, Taha. She, far away. Te, two ladies, two girls, two women, two mahilas. Taha, all those ladies. Tat, Te, Tani. That one object, to Te. Napumsakalingam to Tani. Tani Sarvani. All those things. Napumsakalingam Eshaha, Etau, Ete. Males standing near me. Eshaha Balakaha. The boy near me. Etau, two balakaus. Ete balakaha. All these boys. Ete purushaha. Ete janaha. All these men standing near me. This is all Pradhama Vibhakti. So I'm just repeating all this because this is what is Pradhama Vibhakti. That word itself is the Pradhama Vibhakti. Esha, Ete, Etaha. The one girl standing near me. Esha, Ete, two girls standing near me. Etaha, all the girls, all the women, all the mahilas standing near me. Etat, that one object. Ete, two objects. Etani sarvani, all these objects. Question forms also. This is all Pradhama Vibhakti questions. Kaha asti, saha asti. Who is there? He is there. Kaha asti. Kaustaha, who two are there? Balakaustaha, the two boys are there. Ke santi, who are all there? Balakaha santi. So kaha kau ke, the question forms. Pradhama Vibhakti. Now you can imagine this kaha kau ke will have come, kau, and all that. So the Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panjami, Shashti, Saptami. But we will learn all this in a very systematic way. One Vibhakti per class. You will, after that you will do revision, you will understand it. Ka ke kaha. Ka asti. Who is there? Mama putri asti. The moment you ask the question ka, the answer will be a female form. Ka asti. Sa asti. Mama putri asti. Balika asti. Lalita Bhagini asti. Ka. The question is, who is there? Female question. Kestaha. Balikestaha. Lalita Bhagini, Anita Bhagini, cha staha. Kaha santi. Who are all there? Mahilaha santi. Kim asti? Kupi asti. Kupi, sorry. Kupi is a Srilingam. Sorry, Kupi is not an object. It is the ka asti, because Kupi is Srilingam. Kim asti? Pustakam asti. Kestaha? Pustakam pustakestaha. Kani santi? Pustakaha santi. 3 or more books are there. Kupi, it's a wrong. Kupi is a Kupi. Ikaranda Strilinga Shabdameva. Kupi, Kupyo, Kupyaha. Ka asti? Kupi asti. Kestaha? Kupyaustaha. Kaha santi? Kupi, Kupyau, Kupyaha. Ka asti? Kupi asti. Kestaha? Kupyaustaha. Kaha santi? Kupyaha santi. Dagaranda Trilingakaha Asmat Shabda I taught you. Aham, Avam, Vayam. Aham is I and one more, I and you, Vayam, all of us. Aham, Avam, Vayam. Tvam, Yuvam, Yuyam. I and you, that you is Tvam, you two, you all. Tvam, Yuvam, Yuyam. These are all Prathama Vibhaktis. That is it. What I will also do, Sambodhana Vibhakti also we will try to finish it, but let me see the clock time. No, 8:59. So we will not take Sambodhana Vibhakti. We will talk about it separately in the next class. But today we have just explained, recapitulated what is Pradhama Vibhakti. That what that word represents, that itself is Pradhama Vibhakti. Dvitiya to Saptami, we will learn in the next class. The next class will be Shashti Vibhakti. We will end this class right now. Let me just check whether there are any chat questions. If not, I will have to do some Samaptam of the class. Screen not visible was the last thing written here. I have not seen any other further doubt in this class right now. So let me do the Ekatmada Mantram, and then we will class Samapayami. Anybody has any questions to ask me before I finish this class? Any questions? So let us do the Ekatmada Mantram and the Shantri Mantram and class Samapayamaha. I also have to leave to somewhere. Yam Vaidika Mantra Drishah Puranaha Indram Vayam Matarishwanamahu Vedantino Nirvachaniyamekam Yam Brahma Shabdena Vinirdishanti Shaivayamisham Shiva Ityavochan Yam Vaishnava Vishnuriti Stuvanti Buddhastatharhan iti Bauddha Jainaha Satshriya Kaleti cha Sikha Santaha Shasteti Kechit Prakriti Kumaraha Swamiti Mateti Piteti Bhaktya Yam Prarthayante Jagadishitaram Sa Eka Eva Prabhuradvitiyaha. Vande Mataram. Bharat Mata ki Jai. Agami शनिवासरे प्रातः सार्ध सप्तवादने मिलामः. सुखं भवतु, मंगलं भवतु, सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ओम शांति शांति शांति.
धन्यवादः सर.
धन्यवादः
महोदय.
धन्यवादः महोदय.
शुभदिनं.
धन्यवादः महोदय.
धन्यवादः महोदय.
धन्यवादः
धन्यवादः महोदय.